What's up, dudes? HW here, just sitting around. Man, just experimenting with some stuff we did the other day. Look, darkening up this neck pickup. And then throwing on the single coil EQ. You know what I mean? Throwing it on the bridge. We're going thin. Take it off there. Tube screamer. And that's the point of the video today. My name is HW. Hello there. It's a beautiful, beautiful, almost afternoon, about 5 minutes before the afternoon. Over here in Nashville. My dudes, if you got bad tone, it's your fault. It's your fault, man. Look, I'm sitting here with what I would call a pretty affordable rig, okay? Now, and I say that because this. I'm sitting right here and I'm going, now look, I'm not trying to money shame anybody. So if I point this out and I say it's a $900 rig, I'm not trying to say that that's not any money. It's no money. But I think when we look at a full rig, we think guitar and a full modeler for $900 is pretty affordable. You know what I'm saying? Guitar and modeler. And that's what I'm showing today. This is a Harley Benton. How much is this thing? $350? And then you got a Kemper rack over here, which if you look hard enough, I see him for $7, but I see him for below $7 sometimes. And you can go on that Reverb, make an offer. You know what I'm saying? I think you could pick up several Kempers up right now for about $600. Now, you're not going to have a remote, but you can save up a little more and go get a $40 M-Wave. You'll be able to do everything I just did. I got a remote sitting down here, which would cost you another like $300-400. But put that out of it. All you need is, a $40 M-Wave thing and just spend a little time hooking it up. Watch a YouTube video or two about how to hook that thing up to your Kemper. You'll be good. So we're living in this time where it's just like so, easy to get good tone. And I think there's a couple ways to do it. Now, a lot of people might go, HW, man, I bought this modeler and it's tough. You know what I mean? I can't get it dialed in. Well, dudes, let me just explain like all the resources available to you just from this channel. You know what I mean? Just from any channel. I mean, John Cordy or me. You can very easily look at stock settings, right? You can easily go on and find stuff on Facebook groups. You can go to people like Tone Junkie, like John Cordy, like M. Britt, like I don't know who else, Worst Tutorials, all sorts of people. And you can go download any of their free stuff and you can look at how they dial stuff in. And then you can start tweaking. If it's too tough to like start from nowhere, like I don't know what to do, I don't know how to lay out the signal chain or how do I control stuff. If you want to know how to use the unit, that's where it's like, that might take a little buy-in in terms of like, I got to watch some YouTube videos. I maybe got to like look at a manual. But I think pretty much just from YouTube videos and the intuitiveness of a lot of units, you could probably watch, I think, 20 minutes worth of instruction on the toilet. And you could gain enough understanding of where stuff is to be able to start editing and understand how to edit. Now, you want to do more deep edits and things, you might have to just look at a couple more videos, but you're probably not going to want to research all that until you get your hands on the unit anyway. There's something to be said about, you gain enough knowledge to sort of just get the car moving forward, right? You couldn't study driving a car for hours and hours and hours without doing it and think that you could get anywhere close to driving a car proficiently. No, you got to get some time behind the wheel, and that's where it's like, it takes a little investment, but the investment is fun to like mess around on the guitar and stuff, just like learning the guitar. And I think where we're at with these imports, where we've been at is I've been checking out all these imports and stuff and, do some have sharp frets? Yeah, this one doesn't. This is still to me maybe the greatest buy for $350. I got to do another video. This is still, after looking at everything, this might be the greatest buy for $350. because I think the pickups sound great. There's almost nothing I would upgrade on this guitar. Like, it's not really worth it to me to upgrade anything. The tuners are great. It stays in tune. I don't have a problem with this guitar falling out of tune. The pickups, the Teslas sound good. They don't sound like everything else I have, but I've never been like, oh, that's a problem, I got to change it. I was just jamming in the front. It sounded great. And then, the finish works fine. Maybe I don't love the body shape that much. It always looks a little funny to me. It always looks like somebody dressed up like a Les Paul for Halloween. You know what I mean? And literally no complaints about this guitar other than maybe I like some other guitars a little more. You know what I mean? Like, I really like my Tokai Les Paul, but there's nothing wrong with this guitar at all. And in fact, I don't even want to get rid of it or sell it because I like it so much. And I enjoy having it as an option to pick up. And it's just really fun. Can't blame the guitar for that one. That was all me. You know what I mean? But like, you can, between this or a Squier classic vibe, especially if you get one used, it's just the Fesleys, that Fesley Strat. I think you can make a case as maybe one of the best buys out there. It's a little cheaper. Is even, I mean, you get that to your door, I think, for like $280. It just really is like, well, there you go. You could play a weekend. I could play a weekend at my church with one of those guitars. I got nicer stuff that I like better, but like, you could do it. You could make it work in a 2010 minivan. You get what I'm saying? You could do it. You could do your life. You might like your, 2017, Ford Explorer or Expedition or whatever better. It's more stylish. You might not want to be driving the 2012 Odyssey, the 2015 Odyssey. I think mine's a 2015 Sienna. And hey, you make it work in the Sienna. Why? Because it's what we need. We don't need to replace the van. I had somebody come up to me at church. They go, I didn't know you had this car. I said, yeah. Why? They said, I don't know. I thought you had they were like, I knew you had the Model 3. I thought you had some SUV or something. Y'all are minivan people. And I said, yeah, it's 2015. My wife doesn't want a different car. It's got 100,000 miles. And I think it's got 140 now. Anyway. And I go, it's if we buy one now, we're just upgrading for the luxury of it. This fits our needs. And as my kids get old enough, I won't need another minivan if this thing lasts me long enough. So I'm looking forward to the next one. I don't need sliding doors on the side because a couple of my kids are going to age up and get their own cars and stuff. My point is, this is it, man. You can make it work. I got a buddy who plays a bunch of Squiers at church. He gets the old 80s Squiers, but he gets some newer cheap guitars and they work. I could take any of those cheaper guitars to work. I got another buddy who just takes an old Mexican Fender. I'm sure he picked it up for $290 or something, brand new, back in the day. And is that worth more now? Sure it is. But it's all just that it hasn't gotten better over time, that guitar. You know what I'm saying? So you take that and then all the resources available to you, all the tricks I put up on this channel and stuff. If it's just if your tone is worth a little bit of investment, there's just no reason to have bad tone today. Now, I know it can be tough. You can run into problems, and adjusting the monitors is difficult and stuff. And maybe that's a thing too. It's like, hey, I don't how do I sound? How do I get a good sound at home? I don't really want to do headphones. Yeah, then it's like, okay, now you're talking about getting a powered cabinet or something, or a whatever. But in terms of just what you need to do it, you know, um there's just no more excuse for bad tone. And I mean, I think you can go even cheaper than that 950. That's just what I'm playing right now. I think you can get down to the Boss Katana and be good. But for me, I could take a guitar like this and this Kemper and really be happy. And so today it's like, no excuse, man. No excuse. The only excuse is I have not yet acquired the know-how because I haven't put in the time. Because I think there's a million tricks and a million great strategies and how-to videos right at your fingertips. And the cost of a lot of this stuff has just come so far down. Maybe you can't buy everything at once. Maybe you can't afford the 950 all at once. I get that. But you can get to a 950 rig. You can work a couple more hours for several weeks at a time. You can save up. You can have a garage sale. You know what I mean? You start to put a dent in it, add in some savings, start to put a dent in it, buy real good, buy used, start with the guitar and what you already got, you know what I mean? And then go from there. Maybe you're not quite there, but you really could make this work too on a used HX Stomp and something like this. Now we're hitting in the 700 range. You know what I'm saying? Even less actually, probably like 650 range. So you're doing it, man. You're doing it. I would prefer the Kemper, but c'est la vie. C'est la vie. I'm just a guy on the internet.